Did someone say food? Because this video is going to make you hungry. But we didn't stop there. We smuggled in some incredible things to do in Denver too. Street art, churches that blow your mind, literally, and a croissant that attacked me. So grab a snack now or prepare for some serious FOMO, because we're diving deep into Denver's tastiest spots and some wild extras. And while Simona couldn't make it on this trip, she's here anyway, to give her 2 cents and make sure I don't only talk about beer all the time.
Indeed, an even better topic to talk about would be our newsletter.
Hello there, original travelers. Welcome to another video of ours. This time I am in Denver and I'm going to show you some of the best things to do, food and drinks places in this amazing city. Cheers, everyone.
First things first, a food tour, obviously. I joined a downtown walking tour that kicked off near RiNo, where I was staying, and slowly waddled its way into Denver's flavorful heart. The tour included 5 tastings that were all award-winning, and somehow I didn't explode. And yes, there was a lot of food. And what's the obvious dish to start with in North America? Pizza. We had an AVPN certified Neapolitan pizza. Yes, that's like an official pizza from Italy. Next up, we went to this family-owned empanadas shop that had empanadas baked like fluffy dreams. Everything here was next level, especially the chimichurri. There was also an original Colorado dish, as they call it, the spicy green chili made from scratch. And then came my highlight, southwestern tacos with fry bread instead of tortillas. Yes, fry bread. The crispy, chewy upgrade I didn't know I needed.
Fry bread, by the way, this is definitely something that I am missing. If you know a good recipe, please let us know in the comments. I will be eternally grateful.
This is exactly the way I like to explore cities, through food. Bonus points, you get wild Denver stories along the way, like old saloons, haunted hotels, and prohibition history. Who knew food could be so educational? After a short walk, we wrapped it up inside the iconic Union Station with pastel de nata by a James Beard award-winning chef. At the end, you will even get personalized recommendations from your guide, so this is definitely a good ending of a tour. If I'm in North America, you know I could not do a beer tour, especially in Denver, one of the best beer cities on the planet. I joined the RiNo Beer and Graffiti Tour by Denver Microbrew Tours. Basically, my version of Disneyland. And if you saw our last Denver beer video, you thought I missed some of the breweries here? Here they are. We started with a carrot beer at Ratio. Yes, carrot, and yes, it works. And then we hopped over to Odell for some really crispy IPAs. And it's not only beer. The next stop was a cider at Stem Ciders. You know, the guys with the pomo, and they also have it in their downtown tap room.
Still dreaming of that pomo though.
Sorry that I didn't bring any. The suitcase was full of beer. And obviously there was street art, because it's a beer and graffiti tour. We got a full street art tour too. The ones that impressed me the most were Casey Kawaguchi's samurai murals and Squid Licker's weird murals. They were like visual hops for the soul. For the end of the tour, we obviously went back to a brewery, to Bierstadt Lagerhaus, with some serious German vibes. Wanna know more about Denver's insane beer scene? Check out the link to our brewery guide video. We went all in on that one. Need a break from the breweries and tacos? Head to the city park. It's green, it's peaceful, and there are ducks and geese who probably have a better life balance than me.
US ducks are great, but if you want to enjoy the company of some very sociable ducks, come to Zurich. And don't forget to book your Zurich beer tour or Zurich foodie tour.
You've got lakes, skyline views, and if you're into sciencey stuff, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science is right there. And you might see a familiar face here. A Rabbi Burns statue greets you in this park. And if you want to see more Rabbi statues, check out our Edinburgh videos. Links are in the description. Now, if your idea of enlightenment is a bit more colorful, may I suggest the International Church of Cannabis? Yep, that's the real name. Before you even see the murals, you walk through a space full of vintage Americana and dozens of classic arcade games you can play for free. It's like stepping into a retro dream. Anyone want to challenge me for a round of Super Mario Kart? And even though the name of the church maybe doesn't sound family friendly, it actually is. A lot of people come here with their young ones to play video games and see the light shows. I heard there are some non-family friendly days, so maybe you should check online to decide which day you choose. If you like unusual travel experiences like this one, then you should definitely sign up for our Taste and Travel newsletter. We're sending out weekly recommendations about beer, food, and things to do all around the world. So check the link in the description box below and become part of our Taste and Travel family. Then come the psychedelic vibes. Think laser light shows, guided meditation, and surreal murals by Spanish artist Okuda that will leave your jaw on the floor. No sermons, just vibes. And technically, it's the highest church in town. Pun very much intended. Denver Central Market is in RiNo and packed with some of the best chefs and makers in the city. There's sushi, tacos, fresh fish, small batch ice cream, and my favorite, a hot sauce wall that made me seriously consider moving in. And yes, I bought like 10 of them. Another favorite of mine was tempered chocolate. They had enough bean-to-bar options to make even a Swiss guy like me nerd out. And yes, I bought chocolate in the US, because good chocolate isn't just a Swiss thing. Every city has its sweet rebels.
The chocolate flight from J. Coco was divine, and we love the creative design of the packaging.
I also picked up a croissant the size of my head from Ezio Bakery, which was absolutely stuffed with chocolate. So much that I surrendered halfway. I paired it with an iced chai latte from Crema, because hydration is key when fighting pastries.
Yeah guys, so just wanted to tell you a little bit about food here in Denver. I mean, it's a big city, so there are many really cool food places. What I really like here is if you go to like a brewery tap room, they always have like rotating food trucks. So every time you go to the brewery, you will have the option for different food, which is really nice. A really good option is to do the food tour here. It's really nice. I actually found so many cool places that probably I wouldn't have found without joining this tour. So that's really cool. Other than that, I was even told by some people from here, from Denver, they're like, it's a bit sad that we don't really have our own dish. So they have the green chili, which a lot of people say is more like from New Mexico than actually from here. But that's probably the only local dish I really found. Other than that, they have a really great international cuisine here. You're close to New Mexico. There's a lot of cool places for tacos and Mexican food, and also the empanadas that you see on the food tour here is really cool place. And yeah, you will find some great pizzas here. One guy told me that he was like looking when he went for the first time to Denver, so he moved here. He was like, I want to find the best pizza place in Denver. And he was like, there's so many, it's just impossible. So good pizza is also a good thing here. So yeah, we have some cool places in this video, so check those out. Cheers everyone.
Now this one was the star. Alma Fonda Fina is a Michelin-starred spot that doesn't break the bank. Chef Johnny Curiel serves elevated Mexican food with serious heart. I was so excited that I forgot my camera and had to film it with my phone. I promise it looks even better live. Look at this menu. Also, they serve craft beer. That sealed the deal for me. The food kicked off with frijoles puercos, creamy beans with chorizo rojo and sourdough flour tortillas that felt like a warm hug from Guadalajara. It came with the aguachile de chile fresno with adobo seared hamachi, roasted pineapple puree, and tepache oil. Bold, bright, and complex. The taco de barbacoa, hit with deep umami, and the taco de carnitas was rich and melt in your mouth, thanks to that pork belly magic. Affordable fine dining? Yes, Denver, yes! This one was a tip from our food tour guide, and it's a true hidden gem. Sakura House in downtown doesn't scream Japanese curry, but inside, pure Tokyo nostalgia. I went for a giant plate of classic curry rice. It was warm, comforting, a little spicy, just like I remember from Japan. If you've watched our Japan playlist linked below, you already know how deep my curry love runs. Simple, filling, satisfying. Add this one to your list.
This one really looks delicious, and it's a great proof that the locals always know best. So go to guided experiences.
Stowaway Kitchen is like brunch with a passport. The owners are travelers themselves, and the menu reads like a global adventure. I had their hochicha latte, oyakodon rice bowl with soft scrambled egg and togarashi, and because of balance, obviously, a gooey homemade brownie. Everything tasted like it was made with love and probably some travel stories on the side.
Whoa, this brownie looks like it's a mile long.
The space feels like a cozy little sanctuary for brunch lovers and backpackers alike. It's the kind of place where you stay too long, talk to strangers, and accidentally order another brownie. Last but not least, Uchi. It means home in Japanese, and honestly, it felt like it. The building is topped with a sleek rooftop greenhouse full of soil-free growing towers, which already sets the tone. Stylish, forward-thinking, and beautifully balanced. This place leans toward the fancy side, yes, but the food, absolute killer. I had a stunning mix of warm and cold tastings, from delicate tataki, to sushi, to buttery torched to perfection aburi that pretty much melted on contact. Every bite hit like a little umami firework. Uchi is elegant and innovative, but somehow still feels chill. Japanese design meets Colorado soul. It was the ultimate treat-yourself dinner, and totally worth it. And the grand finale? The bone marrow, rich, silky, smoky, basically heaven.
Alright, original travelers, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video from Denver. If you like our videos, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers, everyone!
Our bonus tip for Denver is obvious. Go and drink all the craft beer. I was in town to judge beers, and you should do so as well. Go to all of the tap rooms and make your own beer contest. And watch our beer guide video. Cheers, everyone!